Welcome, everyone, to Let's Kill Ourselves, Episode 7, Tulpas. My name is Lord Haha.
And I'm Tokyo Kuntpunch.
Tokyo Kuntpunch. How you doing? What's trickin'? What's trippin'? Treepo?
I feel like being a hooker is great because people don't want me around their kids, which is great because I don't have time for that.
Ain't nobody.
But you know who loves hookers?
Who?
Kids.
Why?
I just feel like they gravitate towards me in a way that like is even more intense since I started sucking cock for money.
Well, yeah, they're interested in what, Dad's interested in, right? So.
Yeah.
You ever have to play video games with somebody's fat son while you're waiting for Dad to, go to the ATM or something? Has that ever happened to you?
I actually have to ask. I have to ask about the children that I know about. I have to ask about them. That's all I can really say about that. I have to take an interest in the children.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, you have to do that in an office job, too. You have to be like, hey, Steve, how are your kids? And it's like, I couldn't care if they died in a fire, honestly, But I'm asking about it because you got to get people to like you. You got to chupacabra all the time. Jesus Christ. Jinx. Fucking jinx,
I feel like, sometimes when you spend time with a person, I feel like I should create contracts that just say, if I spend this time with you, you're going to have to follow me on IG. That's just how it's going to have to work.
Okay.
When you go out and hang out with people, it's like, I don't want to go out and hang out with you unless we're both going to be IG friends.
You got to figure out a way to make that happen. Cause sometimes I download royalty-free trap beats. And sometimes in order to download them, you have to follow some idiot on Instagram.
Yeah.
But it sets it up so you actually have to do it.
Yeah.
So, boom.
What else? At night, I just pray to God to make me a nice person. Do you do that?
No.
Do you pray to your beast?
I am a nice person. I don't know, for all the good it's done me.
What else do I have? This is the jokes portion of where we run by the fucking shit that's gotten us through.
You don't got to qualify it. Right. That can be for us.
Can I just be talking? Okay.
Yeah, you can just,
Am I allowed to fucking vomit out of my fucking mouth?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Yeah. What else got?
Any structure that occurs in this is loose.
Loose bowel syndrome.
And we're trying to figure out a structure, guys, so we're open to input.
All right, let's see what the fuck. Okay.
We're both open for input, if you know what I mean.
Nobody's taking me to brunch. Nobody's taking me to brunch. Guys don't know it, but they love the smell of a freshly fucked hooker. Did I sing that one yet?
No.
I just want to be the kind of hooker that can afford shit. That's just true.
Yeah, okay.
You would think a hooker. I don't know. Well, you wouldn't think maybe you'd think I'm the kind of hooker that can afford shit.
Yeah, I do think that, and I think I'm probably correct.
When I was a little girl,
my mother said to me, "What will I be?" Yeah, sorry. What?
When I was a little girl, I was already. When I was a really little girl, I was already thinking about how I would trick the rapist. And as a little girl, I remember thinking, I'm just gonna pretend like I'm really into it. I'm gonna just welcome it. I'm just gonna be like, I'm into you. Let's run away together type of thing to just make this go as smoothly as possible, sort of. This was my whole plan. But what I realized is that life is the rapist.
Right. Okay.
That's just a truism.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Life will rape you hard.
Yeah. No,
you can't get out.
Yeah.
You can die young, but you can't really get out.
I mean, it's an interesting strategy. I think most people just think, oh, I'll just shit myself and you know, hope that'll... When you said how I'll trick the rapist, I just imagine like this one guy, the rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like the king of queens,
yeah.
the rapist.
There's only one.
There's only one. There can be the Highlander. It's like there's only one.
He's like Babaji. He's been around for 700 years.
Who's Babaji?
Babaji, he's like, for real, this is like a guru. That is like one of the old gurus up there with like, you know, there's Jesus Christ, there's Yogananda, there's Sri Yukteswar, and then there's fucking Babaji.
Gesundheit.
So
is he alive? What is he in Malibu?
He
or
never
something?
dies. He's alive for like 700 years.
Does he work at Passages? What, like is he still alive or something?
Speaking of, does he work at?
Didn't that burn down? A couple of those rehabs in Malibu burned down.
Oh, really?
In the fire, yeah.
Which one?
One of the big ones.
Oh.
One of the big ones.
Do you think they got out in time?
Yes.
All the rehabbers?
I do think they did. Yeah.
So...
Thank God. I mean, what would we do without Andy Dick, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's a fucking ledge. So...
Papa Jew. It's a fucking Russian witch that fucking flies around in a wooden cup and eats children and lives in a chicken leg house surrounded by lit up skulls, which are the souls of Russian peasants.
You sound like you're describing the James and the Giant Peach Tim Burton movie right now.
Oh, no, it's a real thing. It's a famous Russian witch. So if you're ever on Jeopardy and the category famous Russian witches comes up, you'll know.
Okay.
You'll know one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So because I was raised, you know, in the way I was raised, whatever, it has nothing to do with that. But, you know, my point is, like, I've been wanting lately, sometimes I want to give up, you know, on life. Not unlike someone we both know. And I'm like...
Oh, are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, just making sure. I was like, oh, do we know somebody else? Okay.
And sometimes I'm
Do I
just
need
like...
to send a fruit basket to somebody? What's going on?
Send a fucking monster plate. Sometimes I'm just like, I want to give up on life, and I want to, I want to fucking go to India, because like that one girl in that cult movie, she went to India, and she like
Eat, Pray, Love.
The one I was in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Holy fucking gobstoppers, that one.
Yeah, holy gobstoppers.
And yeah, she's in India now, studying under this guru, basically, and she loves him. She's like, oh, he's so sweet, he's so amazing. And I'm like, sometimes I want to give up and like go to India, you know what I'm saying? When I just like, I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? I gave it a go. I did a few open mics. I didn't make it, you know what I mean? And
of course the guru is amazing, though. It's like, oh, I heard you're in India studying under a guru. What's he like? He's a fucking asshole.
that's not true.
Oh.
There's some fucking shitty gurus, and if you put all the gurus up on a map, you will see that.
But wouldn't you just leave? If you were,
It's like teachers. It's
this
like a
guy's
teacher.
shit.
You love your teacher sometimes, and
Bastard.
then sometimes like you have another teacher that makes you think, "Fuck, this is what a real teacher is."
What's your guru like? He's a rat bastard.
Maybe I think the worst part a guru would be boring. That would be
Right.
like the worst thing a guru could be, and that was why I left my guru, because it got fucking boring. It was great in the first little bit, but then it was just like, oh fuck, man, I know this. This is so routine. This is so
Right.
boring. I like already know everything you're gonna say.
Yeah, well, I mean, he weren't interested in fucking you,
Exactly.
So, yeah, it might have been more interesting if he was. But anyway, what are you saying? She's in fucking India or something?
Yeah, and it's like she was just, she talks to my sister sometimes, and she was saying how she feels like it's not really a safe place for me to go. That like you might get raped if you like go to India, because there's like she's had to like fight off some guys.
Oh, really?
But I'm just like, after everything I've been through, I'm like, I'm not as scared of being raped. You should see the cocks that I've let inside me. I'm like, oh, is there a fucking man without white and gray hair coming towards me right now? Is there an able-bodied man coming towards me that could rape me? It's like...
Shades of the Rapist.
It's like, I want to rebrand Brave right here, right now. I want to rebrand that word. And I'm going to go to India.
Okay.
Does anybody know if any of our viewers, the two that have probably left us by now, anybody know if Indian men are circumcised? Any Indian fuckers out there? Indian fuckers?
My guess is no. That's my guess. I mean, Europeans aren't. You know, why would they be circumcised in India?
Is not.
There's literally
They're
no
not.
reason for them to be. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're not.
So when I do this shit in a club, I'm like, any Indian fuckers in the audience? Indian fuckers. Like,
oh, you're gonna do this.
I've done it. It works. And then I'm like, any Dalals? Any Anandas? Warm pita bread. Any warm garlic pita bread wrapped in aluminum?
Anyone named Patel?
And then I go, oh, you're racist. Shut the fuck up or I'll tear gas you.
All right. I like that. According to somebody who's watching our live stream named Bitch As, no, they're not circumcised.
No.
Yeah.
So that's just my one Indian sugar daddy that is.
Yes. Does he have an accent?
No, he doesn't.
So he was born here. You know, people born in America tend to be circumcised, even if they're goy.
Yeah.
Goys.
Let me just say for the record,
Hey.
one of my very close friends is Indian. For those of you who might think I'm racist, he works at the clay pit and his name is Shanoon.
Is he one of the good ones?
Does that work as a joke?
Yeah, Shanoon is a funny.
Is that
only because Shanoon is a funny word.
Okay, but
That's
my
it.
sister told me that name. I don't even think that's an Indian name.
Yeah.
Shanoon? Come on, dude.
It probably is. I mean, look.
It's not.
I don't know.
Shanoon? It's the best.
Shanoon. You know?
Shanoon. Oh my god, that can't be a real name if it is. You know what? I'm sorry. It's really funny. Does anybody do you I mean I can't imagine people get into comedy for God. But I believe in God after comedy.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because when I go to these open mics,
What?
what are you doing over there?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I was looking at my fucking notes.
Sorry. When I go to these open mics and
What is your problem?
I don't know. When I go to these open mics and like we all throw our names in the buckets, and it's like a lottery that's based on like who's sucked the host's dick. Like when I pray to God as they pick out the name, like that's when I get called. And that's how I know God exists. And that's from comedy. I don't think a lot of people go into comedy trying to find God. So.
Okay. That's a lot of fucking setup for that.
I don't think that's really a joke,
payoff
but I
there.
do think it
Okay.
is a joke amongst comedians.
Okay, sure.
Oh, God.
Right.
This woman literally did say this to me the other day. She was like, he's a really nice person. You should look at his Instagram.
What?
Yeah, that's what this woman was saying to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear
Bizarre.
that. It's horrible. Yeah. What you're looking at your phone? I felt like left out. Like, oh, I should be like, oh, I'm important. I have all these things I've written. I'm looking at them too.
Okay.
You know.
I feel like the good thing about getting older is that if you're a sick fuck, like the sex gets nastier because you're no longer looking at a little bambino and a little bambina. It's like nastier because like you're older and like there's wrinkles.
Wait, when you're doing what now?
When you're older, as you
Right.
get older
Yeah.
and more decrepit, I feel like the one positive is that the sex, in a way, it's like, it's just related to that similar thing of like, when I'm with a really hot guy, I can't really usually come unless their dick is magic because it's hard to relax. But I feel like as you get older and more disgusting.
Oh.
I don't fucking know. Does that work?
That's grim.
Does that fucking work?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even have, I've put myself notes that I don't even remember, like, and I don't even know what they mean. Fat Punisher, homeless people, skanks and ladders. I don't know what that is.
A new board game.
Gay cat park. You know, I don't know what any of these means. So, anyway, but I have notes too. So I'm a big shot.
Okay.
Guy.
Have you ever met a person who makes you understand why their parent was an alcoholic?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Don't ever apologize to a porn star. That's just something I've learned from experience this week.
Yeah. Never
Apologize to a porn star, especially if you're a hooker that's fucked their ex-boyfriend/boyfriend.
Okay.
And fucked 10 other ladies with their ex-boyfriend. Definitely don't apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Well, I think that the issue is that when you apologize, you're not even, like, you don't have the thing that, like, stops people from just randomly doing whatever their fucking id tells them to do in any given moment. Mm-hmm. You know, most people are like, have a thing. It's like, wait a minute, maybe this response is, you know, not appropriate, or it's not, you know, maybe this is an overreaction. You just like do stuff, and then, but you don't know it's over the line. You don't know where the line is, and you just act.
You mean in general?
You just, throwing things over the line, going over the line, punching over the line, and then later you're like, I did things. I'm gonna just issue a blanket apology to everyone. You know, and it's like sometimes you're apologizing for, like, you know, something horrific, and sometimes you're like, I am so sorry for, like, nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For, like, I didn't return their email, and you don't know, like, what the difference is between, like, killing this guy's dog and not returning this email.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah. So it's a little healthy, little psychological profile on you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if every guy whose dick I sucked came to one of my shows, the number of times that I sucked their dick, I would be very successful.
Okay.
My shows would be packed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a fact.
Right.
I was just thinking logistically and pragmatically.
What do you want from me?
I don't fucking know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
Throwing paint at the board.
Well, yeah, that's what we do. We throw the pasta fazool on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
See what kind of shit angel bears its wings, you know?
Throw the gnocchi on the artichoke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One time a comedian accused me of looking for drugs in her kitchen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it was like I was dating a girl who's a comedian, and I was at her friend's house because they were writing, and I'm like, oh, I need to do writing, and I'll be around other people that are writing, and maybe it'll make me write. And I what I didn't know is that the secret had been let slip to all these other people that I'm a drug addict, you know, that I have a history of drug addiction, and I wasn't aware of that. And I was just like looking for a fucking glass to get water. And she's like, oh, can I help? She comes and she's like, oh, can I help you? And then later I found out she told my girlfriend at the time, oh, he was looking for drugs in my kitchen.
Yikes.
And I'm like, bitch, I'm going to look for drugs in a fucking comedian's kitchen, you know? Like, if I want drugs, I got a fucking drug dealer who can come to my house.
Yeah.
I can meet him in the Gelson's parking lot in 15 minutes. I don't need to look at, you know, look at you, where your fucking multivitamins are, sweetheart, you know?
Sweetheart. It's interesting the way that you use that word, because sometimes you mean it like you fucking dumb fuck. And then sometimes you mean it like sweetly.
Yeah, it's like my aloha. I guess.
It's your,
Yeah. So.
To the person that said I look amazing, let me let you know why I look so good for my age, which I would advise you never to tell a woman for my age clause.
The blood of Guatemalan children. Oh.
Yeah. Number one, I got the Korean in me. And number two, I lick a lot of ass, which takes years off my face.
Oh, because of what? Because you get ringworm or something? Like what?
Well, what happens is I get it starts with strep throat, and then it progresses into other types of venereal and throat disease that create a skin peeling situation to the point where my face looks younger. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because I remember I got a bacterial infection called Pseudomonas.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, from eating ass.
I don't eat ass anymore. I'm not fun anymore. I stopped eating ass literally since that last Armani boy.
I do it for the right person, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like stuff can get,
Yeah.
I don't know what it does. I think I got it treated with antibiotics, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck it does.
Antibiotics?
Antibiotics. Fuck off. The fuck.
Antibiotics.
Jamba Juice. There was I wrote down a joke here that I heard somebody tell, and this was at a UFO convention in Dulce, New Mexico, on an Apache reservation in the middle of nowhere, and there was an impromptu outdoor death metal concert with like 6 different Native American death metal bands playing for an audience that was mostly made up of wild dogs. Literally, there were maybe 6 people, including myself, watching.
Were the dogs homeless?
They were they were wild dogs. No, they had apartments, but they're wild. Yeah, it's part of the new government program, Apartments for Wild Dogs. It's a great program. I recommend you get behind it.
I wasn't sure if you were just describing their character, their person.
Oh, those dogs were wild, man. They threw, man. If you need a bachelor party thrown, I'll give them your number, man. These dogs are out there. They are out there, man.
Yeah.
No, they're fucking wild dogs. I fed them mutton so they'd leave me alone. There were they at least twice as many wild dogs as people. It was a very poor, it was a Native American reservation, and the casino wasn't very good, so they didn't have a lot of money. And the dogs didn't have a lot of money either, I assume. I hope. Hope they didn't. But, and somebody was, I don't know, in between songs, the singer was like, "How do you make anything? Take away her blanket." I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Je ne sais pas.
But it made an impression, and I wrote it down somewhere between chicanery and skanks and ladders. So, there you go. Yeah, that's right.
I am a magician of pain. I turn pain into misery.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the first half.
Okay, needs work.
I like the first half.
It needs work.
You could just say, I am... My body is a roadmap of pain. So... Sunflower Revenge, Bilbo Baggins.
Oh.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about how, I don't know, when I was a kid, my grandparents, they were of a certain generation. So a lot of them fought in World War II. So they could be like, I was killing Nazis and the da. And then it's like our parents, you could, I don't know, you could talk to them and they could tell you, now they're, in their fucking 70s now. They could tell you about the 60s, which was like a interesting time, But it's like now, like the people who were like young in the 80s are like 60. And it's like, what the fuck did they have to offer?
I was young in the 80s.
No, man. The people who were like, they were like in their 20s.
Okay.
Okay? Not fucking children.
All right.
The people who were like in their 20s, right? In the 80s are now like 60 years old.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are they going to, they're going to be like, well, I gather around, kids, and I'll tell you, Aha released the Take On Me video, and we'd never seen anything like it. It was the most expensive music video ever made, and he was in a comic book, and he pled for her to join him inside the book, and she went in. Like, what are they going to talk about? What is so amazing about the 80s?
Yeah, I mean, Michael's dead, so...
Who's Michael?
Jackson?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, also Michael, who's the guy from INXS? Michael Bublé. No, that's
80s
not.
were so cool. What I remember of them, but I was just a kid.
But,
They weren't?
Michael Hutchence. You could have been Michael Hutchence. He died, too. Remember the guy from INXS? He died from autoerotic asphyxiation.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goes to show.
Who David Carradine also died from, or was it Keith Carradine? One of the Carradines died from autoerotic asphyxiation, as did possibly Chris Cornell. Or was it suicide? Who knows?
Chris Cornell was not suicide, I thought.
I forget where they shook out on that. The jury's still out. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I think it was probably suicide.
Just like suicide.
Girl. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah.
And he, Lord.
The fuck? What are you trying to do, man? You're dangerous. It's filed in my mind.
You were the one that fucking called me fucking Mrs. Sanchez all last episode.
Just twice.
He called me fucking Mrs. Sanchez like 8 times. That was fucked.
It was twice. All right.
So this lady, remember this lady that was, I'm not going to say her name, but she's so crazy. And like, she did some shit for me, she like took some photographs for me and she did like some videos for me. And you know who I'm talking about. Well, I have decided that now that I'm trying to do some shit with her shit, that it is now come time for me to pretty much lick her ass. It has come time for me to just say, hey, listen, Mrs. Babaji, let's say. Listen, Babaji, you need to take a shit on my chest. All right. Like, you want me to be held responsible now for what my ancestors did? Okay. I'm going to pay up the piper. Because now I feel like I might need her to do some shit.
Didn't she direct that music video?
Yeah.
Okay. What about
even though I don't do music, I'm just a comedian here.
What does it have to do with your fucking ancestors?
She's the type of woman. She's half black, she's half Korean, and apparently
we're all cop.
Everything 100% fucking bongos. She is like
I don't know what that means. Is that racist? I don't know. I'm not sure. Or bananas.
No, I'm seriously. I'm like.
But she's what?
She's like 100%. No, she really is. She is 100% shoe bop, and I feel like. I feel like she's going to like it because she's just a natural dom, but I pretty much have to like lay down and just be like, I submit to your will. What I'm sorry. How many times should I lick your ass? What do I need to do to calm you down? And she'd be like, okay. And then she'll like finally start talking to me after she hasn't talked to me for forever.
Why?
She used to coach me on how to fucking ghost men. She'd be like, oh, you will see. He will be on your ass. You just don't talk to him.
Are you even able to do that? I don't think you are.
It
I don't
is
think you're capable.
not in my chromosomes.
It's not, yeah.
No.
You can't play the long game.
Not in my double helix. The only long game I can play is Love You Long Time.
Okay. Well, wait, why did you stop? Why did you have a falling out?
Because I made the mistake of standing up for myself after she had made me cry days in a row. I tried to stand up for myself. Wrong move. You want a very talented lady on your team who is bongos and shoebop? You gotta...
And Shanoon.
Hold on, Shanoon's on the phone. Hang on.
Yeah.
Shanoon. Yeah, okay. I will... Yeah, that's fine. Okay, thanks. He was on break at his shift.
Yeah.
At the Shanoon Marketplace.
Right. Lovely.
My
I'd like some
sister-
biryani. Did you have an imaginary friend as a child?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, you had sisters.
But after I watched a scary movie, I remember being able to talk to my best friend who turned into my hooker mentor. And back at that time, like we would watch a scary movie and we'd like be sleeping in the same bed together. And I would be able to conjure a frightening vision, so frightening that even to me, I was afraid that I was like, there's a guy outside our window and he's looking at us. And I'm like, I could create these things. And then I would just scare the fuck out of myself.
That is actually one of the things we're going to be talking about in this episode of Tulpa. So...
A Tulpa. Oh, I thought you were just fucking jamming, fucking crooning, cruising.
Skilly biddly bop.
Yeah, I thought you were ski bopping.
No.
Oh, Tulpa.
I don't she-bop.
Oh.
I don't she-bop unless
She-bop?
I'm being paid for it.
She-bop or shoe-bop?
She-bop, shoe-bop. I shoe-bop, I don't she-bop. You know?
Okay.
Ski ball, shanoon, scuba do, scam. No, Tulpa, but you don't know Tulpas, yeah. It's a thought form. It's similar to what you described.
I know Tulpa, Oklahoma.
That's Tulsa, Oklahoma, all right? Don't be fucking cute.
I'm taking libertines.
Yeah. Taking libertines.
Well, what's this Tulpa stuff?
Okay. Should we get into tulpas?
I mean-
Let's get into tulpas. We might as well.
Tapiopas.
Yeah, tapiocas.
Opas.
Copacabana.
Tapiopas.
At the Copacabana, Baba Yaga, Baba Jugo, Baba Jimbo. What is it called? Jamboree. Baba Jeng, Baba Jew.
Jumanjo.
Baba J. you said.
Jumanjo.
Baba OJ. Baba OJ was Mr. Wendell from Arrested Development. Remember
Really?
the old man who would dance on stage with
God.
Arrested Development?
No.
His name was...
I didn't watch everybody.
No, not the show. The fucking band.
Oh, no.
Remember the band?
No.
Tennessee, take me to another place.
Yes.
It was Arrested Development. They had like 27 people on stage. I remember I saw them at Lollapalooza in 93. And they have like 27 people on stage, one of which is like an old African man named Baba OJ.
Okay.
And I wonder if he's alive or dead. I don't know. And if he's dead, can I contact him? And if he's alive, can I contact him? You know? With my mind?
You're going to have to go on Hollywood Medium. I believe him.
Is that a website where you can contact dead people?
You can contact dead people. It's 1213 Make-A-Wish.
What?
It's 1213.
Oh. I thought you meant you could contact Hollywood dead people at 1213makeawish.com. I honestly thought that's what you were trying to say.
No.
Anyway, what we're trying to say is, I had an imaginary friend. I was an only child growing up, and I had an imaginary friend, a caveman named Roscoe. He wasn't really. I called him a caveman. He wasn't a caveman because he lived in the woods, maybe a cave that I imagined was in the woods, and he was more of a hermit. He was more of a holy hermit.
Did he quit Roscoe's Chicken?
Yes. Yeah, he
fled the scene.
Yeah, he was a short order cook, and he hung it up. He hung up the old apron to go live behind the woods near my house. Yeah, he was like a holy hermit, and he was very wise and shit. And I'd go and talk to him and shit. And I think I just stole him. I think there was some weird BBC show about stones and children or something, and I think he was a character in one of these things, and I appropriated him in my mind, but he was my imaginary friend. Yeah, but I don't remember much about it. Anyway, have you heard of the Slender Man? Mm-mm. How have you not? You don't know what?
That's a ridiculous term. Number one. And number two, that is crazy for anybody to expect anybody to know that. The Slender Man is like, do you know who the Piccolo Man is?
What the fuck is the Piccolo Man?
I don't
What the
know.
fuck is a piccolo?
I think it's a musical term.
Isn't it? Is it a music? It's like a flute. It's like a record. It's like a.
I don't know.
Toot.
Who the fuck is a Slender Man? Like,
Okay, the Slender Man is. What the fuck is wrong with you? What is the matter with you?
I just don't know. I don't know.
God, I gotta explain a lot here. All right. Well, first of all, what do you think a tulpa is? I know I kind of got into it, but what do you think it is?
I want to say
offhand?
it's a tent-like material that is wrapped in a cylinder that kind of comes to a tip. Sort of the same material
It's
as
a yurt. Isn't that a yurt?
As a teepee.
Isn't that a yurt?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think might be.
that's something you should know. It's like a California thing. You
It's a
can like
home, right?
Airbnb. It's like a tent. It's like a fancy tent.
Right.
That you can like Airbnb in some asshole's backyard.
Right.
Because they're cunts.
Yeah.
You know? But bitch ass is getting in on the ground floor.
Who's the fucking Slender Man?
Okay. So it's an urban legend that was created on the internet. So have you heard of Creepypasta? Mm-mm. Okay.
God, you make me sound like a fucking idiot, but all the things that you say are really weird phrases.
Well, they're stupid.
Like, they wouldn't even be on Jeopardy, I feel like. These are just not even... I mean, it's like, Creepypasta, do you know about the fucking... Ebonical Snow Woman?
Do you know Jack No Wingmore?
No.
Okay, that one I made up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounded very fucking true, though.
Yeah. God, the Ebonical Snow Woman sounds amazing.
I drew a picture.
Yeah?
She's a real lady.
Oh, okay.
She's cute. Real cute. She's got big ones.
She should have been in Frozen, you know? That's what they should have done.
I can already see you looking on Twitter for pictures of the Ebonical Snow Woman.
Yeah, that's probably what because you never know. Sometimes with the internet, it'll be like, I'll type in Jack No Wingmore and it'll be there. Yeah, somebody have made a thing, you know? I didn't know Pikachu had an island adventure, but he did. You know? He already had one. I imagined it, and it was real. And that's what tulpas are.
All right.
They're thought forms, okay?
Okay.
They're things that people think into being, or groups of people think into being, right? So creepypasta is a thing on the internet where people write their own fucking scary short stories. And then they share them online.
Okay.
And there was some of them become very popular. There was one called the Slender Man. I don't know the details about it because it's stupid.
Deal.
Like most of them are dumb. And this is like, he's not manorexic, but he's a slender guy. He doesn't really have a face. Mm-hmm. He wears a suit. He's real thin and creepy and lithe and very tall. And I don't know, he follows you around and everything becomes all like static-y snow video, static. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what he does. He, makes you kill people, or he makes you feel bad about the environment, or he does something,
He makes you kill people or feel bad about the environment?
Yeah, one of those things. I forget.
Those are kind of diametrically opposed.
Yeah, or he like writes your congressman, or he does some stuff. I'm not sure what he does. He's like magic and possibly evil. Magic
with a K?
Yes. He's Magic the Gathering, ye rosebuds.
Okay.
While ye may. But no, but there was a thing that happened in, I don't know, 2012, let's say, or 2000 something, where these two 12-year-old girls stabbed, I think they didn't manage to kill her, but they tried to kill a classmate to impress the Slender Man.
Oh, wow.
They did it because the Slender Man told them. And it's like, Slender Man isn't like, Dracula, where there's movies, and there actually was a guy named Dracula who did monstrous things in the 15th century and blibbity blobbity blow. Like, this is just some shit idiots made up. Mm-hmm. And it took on a life of its own where, these two teenage girls thought they had to, they were crazy. They were cuckoo town. Mm. Now they're, sentenced to life in prison or something insane. It's kind of weird. But, they tried to stab this classmate to death who miraculously survived somehow. But
do you think the fat man helped him?
Yeah. Jake and the Fat Man, the Scarecrow and Mrs. King, and the Slender Man. The svelte gentleman.
Let me tell you the backstory of the Slender Man.
Okay.
The Slender Man was an obese individual who was taunted his entire life until he came into contact with Slippy the Hippo with the lipo on his lippos. Uh-huh. Well, this particular guy had a strange instance of transgenderism where he was meant to be a bird, a pterodactyl, if you will. He was in between realms, and what happened with him is his wings came in the form of labia, and they were so large that they were kind of weighing him down. And anyways, he got them lipoed until they were just sort of flaps of skin that he had to kind of eventually just kind of saw off. But when he sawed them off, there was a lot of blood that was coming out of that area, and he had just been given the gift of flight. So he'd fly around and there would just be blood coming out of him. And, he was a lot of saggy skin because he had, he was obese, and now he was a slender. But he didn't like people to call him saggy flesh that drips blood. He would prefer the Slender Man. And that's the story of the Slender Man.
I'm glad you enlightened us with that. I thought, for some reason, I thought you were going to say he didn't want to be called Saggy Flesh, the drippy blood boy. Saggy Flesh, Shanoon, and Saggy Flesh, the drippy blood boy.
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Well, there's an alternate theory. Jacob the Embalmer says that people theorize he might be a forest spirit.
Oh, interesting.
Not Saggy Flesh, the drippy blood boy.
Oh, interesting.
And so there's, people. We can meet halfway.
I think he's got like a lot of issues that, he was created with this oversized labia. But what was really weird about him was that, like, when they cut off that labia and essentially his wings, he still maintained the ability to fly, thereby putting him in the category of magical beings. I personally thought that was strange. Do you ever have any interest? Do you ever go out nowadays?
No.
Never? Because why would you?
I usually don't, Why?
I would like to hire you as an actor. No, I don't know. These are maniacal schemes and they are not to be discussed on the podcast.
Right.
I don't know.
What do you want to hire me to do?
I need to hire somebody to go out with me to a club and make it look like I'm a happy person.
Oh, okay. For what purpose?
I don't know.
Okay. I might be interested. Depends on what kind of club.
No, I don't really. I do want to hire an escort, however, someday. I really want to get rich enough to where I can just hire a person to come over once a week. Just make me feel, like they give a fuck.
Yeah.
Even though I know they don't. I want them to do for me what I do for my people. And they can feel the way that I feel about my people towards me. That's
right.
I mean, I prefer if they didn't.
I'd like to hire somebody to come over and pistol whip me and then leave me a fruit basket and then go home or something, It's the kind of thing. These are the kind of things I'm interested in. So Slender Man is an example of what one might call a tulpa, okay? In that it's a thing that somebody thought up. And it's a thing that enough people thought about it that it kind of became real. At least to those two little girls, it became real, right? And there's this idea. There's different types of tulpas. There's modern Western tulpas, which is some kind of bullshit on Reddit, where people give themselves this is what the kids are doing. The kids, with the Takashi 69 and the Excite Bike 2074s. They basically give themselves the Tyler Durden. Basically, they give themselves dissociative identity disorder, and they're like, now I'm Jezebel, the dragon lady, and I'm talking to you now. I'm a tulpa. I'm they give themselves an imaginary friend, basically, because we're the first generation to have less than the previous generation in about 200 years. So
we are?
Yeah.
To have less than our previous generation?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's just been climbing, huh?
Yeah, it's been climbing. It's progressively people have gotten better and better off, and then us. And then us. Yeah. This is us.org. All right.
The Eastern boys and the Western girls.
Oh, the Eastern boys and the Western girls. What's that song?
Eastern boys and the Western girls. Western girls.
There's a hole in my heart. It's another way to China. All right. So I used to think you could dig to China. My mother used to say that sometimes.
What'd she say? Let's talk about your moms.
Digging to China.
Let's talk about your moms. You're about to go see your moms.
Yep, one of them. Pet Shop Boys. That's right, Pet Shop Boys. Oh, the Eastern boys and the Western girls. Chupacabras over there. The head of state in Comodo.
Does your mom pet your head like you're a little pet?
No. I don't think so. I mean, I'm tall, so it's hard to do that.
What do you say when you see your mom?
Hello, Mother. How are you doing?
I survived what you fucking put me through. Is that what you say to her?
No, she was very nice to me.
She better fucking be nice.
I mean, she paid good money for me, so she.
She paid good money for you to fly. You mean?
No, I mean to adopt me.
Oh, that mother.
Yeah,
that mother. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that mother.
No, the other mother. She's crazy. She's just like.
Do you ever talk to her?
She's bongo. Yeah, I do talk to her sometimes.
And
she just sent me an Amazon gift card.
Cute.
So, yeah. One time I paid her rent.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so beyond fucked up.
Actually, the really fucked up part.
That makes me want to fucking give a kid up for adoption right there. That story.
The really. So somebody could fucking
pay my rent,
pay your rent when you're an indigent older person.
Yeah, that is like
working
that is
as
like
a greeter at Walmart.
There is no better scenario that could have come from her giving up than you paying her rent. Like, you give up a child, you expect that child will never do shit for you. Like, the reason that you take care of a child is the hope that they will take care of you someday when they're older. But if you don't fucking take care of a child at all, and then they come and they pay your rent, I mean, that is like a whole new level of mindfuck right there. What the fuck was that about?
Yeah, I guess I was rewarding bad behavior.
That was amazing.
You know?
That was really nice. Wow. You must have been making a lot of bank when you did that, huh? How the fuck did you do that?
Making like 55 grand a year, maybe, you know?
Amazing.
I don't know. I just did it, you know? I mean, it was weird. And actually, the weirdest part, the saddest part was that, you know, my twin sibling was raised by her, right? Was kept. She was like, oh, I don't want to ask her because, like, she matters or something. Like, I feel she didn't say that, but it was something that was like a euphemism.
Oh, so she did ask you for it. It wasn't just like you just did it. Hey, I want to do this for
No,
you.
she asked me.
Whoa, dude. What a crazy mind fuck that shit is.
Yeah, she didn't feel comfortable asking the actual child.
And how is she doing, by the way, your twin? Your evil twin?
Fine.
What a bitch. How dare she fucking be fine?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's feeling the pain of raising a child. It's hard, you know.
Yeah.
Ages you quick.
Yeah,
know?
it does.
It does. Yeah, real quick.
Not quick enough.
But the Tulpa, of course, in Alabama, the Tuscaloosa, the Tulpa. So anyway, yeah. So what the word comes from? It's a term in Tibetan Buddhism. Okay. A thought form that you can create through meditation. Okay. So there's like the idea, there's these new Reddit kids, they call them tulpamancers. They're giving themselves split personalities, whatever. That's a thing. Then there's the idea of a cultural tulpa, you know, where it's like enough people believe in fucking Frankenstein. So maybe Frankenstein is real.
Hang on, let me stop you. I'm sorry. They're giving themselves split personalities on purpose?
Yeah.
Why? Are they just like they're trying to kill themselves and they're trying to create a good personality?
I don't know. Why do people our age spend, you know, like 1.2% of their life arguing about Star Wars on the internet?
Okay.
You know, that's
all right.
Yeah.
Fair.
Does that answer you? Not to answer your question with a question, but does that question answer your question?
That answers a lot of questions.
Okay, good. Yeah, because kids are the kids, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and they do it, and they love it.
Yeah.
I guess they're lonely. And they're, you know, they don't have a career or anything. Mm-hmm. They don't make money, so they got to do something.
Not slinging pussy.
You know, this is probably something they did a year ago. I think now they just probably play Fortnite, but it was a thing. This is what people did before Fortnite.
I have a girl in Arizona that wants me to drive out to meet her so that we can build forts in the desert. She wants to fuck me, right? Is that
Who the fuck? What? Who was that?
She's really hot, actually.
Okay.
I shared a sauna. We went naked into a bath together in Japan. Mm. She taught me Snapchat.
Well, you met her in Japan
3 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, this is your Lost in Translation. This is your Bill Murray, who's going to whisper something secret in your ear.
She was cute.
Yeah.
She was a cute girl. Black hair, short black hair.
Ooh.
Perfect
bangs?
body. Her body was
Bangs?
perfect. No bangs.
Okay.
She was so perfect and hot, but she had a boyfriend. But like, I had a feeling she like had a thing for me because she said, I didn't invite her out to LA, but she was like, come out to Arizona. Let me know if you ever want to come out to Arizona and we'll build some forts in the desert.
No one wants to come to Arizona.
What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean let's have sex in Arizona? Is that like girls speak les talk for that? I don't know.
You're assuming that means sex, but like the guy who like was like, my dick's real hard. I'm going to come get a massage from you. And you're like, I don't know why he's upset. Did he maybe want me to give him a hand? Yes.
I didn't say why was he upset. I said,
course he
why
wanted-
did he unfollow me? Which is like the worst thing you can do to a person in today's world.
I mean, look, if
It's worse than suing a person.
drove for an hour and paid $200 and didn't get a fucking tug job,
$200.
I'd be upset.
That's the cost of a blowjob. And let me tell you something. A blowjob, my kind of blowjob, does not take 90 minutes. My blowjob takes a fucking 5 minutes, okay? And I'm done. You don't need Viagra. You can be as old as you like. My blowjob, it's a fast thing. Now, when I put my sweat and tears and earth, wind, and fire into a fucking 90-minute real massage, I mean, I wish I could have gotten paid more for that. It's like, oh, you wanted me to fucking sweat over you and like work really hard to the point where like I was fucking wiped the next day, and then you want a fucking blowjob on top of that? No.
Hand job.
Huh?
Hand job.
I'm terrible at hand jobs.
Yeah, everybody is. You know, that's my theory.
I had sex with the guy last night. Which is really good for me. It was the first time I had sex in fucking since Eurotrash, and
Not counting oral sex.
not counting my clients.
Right.
And it was really good. No,
Yeah.
because I've gotten to the point where
Condom? Did you use a condom?
I did. I used my new fucking Okamoto Japanese condoms that I bought, which their whole tagline is almost nothing.
Okay.
And it was
Baba OJ.
it was pretty good. I mean, the feeling of the condom. I wasn't able to. I fucked him so that he would put together my bed frame, which he did.
Okay.
And I like this guy. This is a
Yeah.
guy that I was fucking.
What was that in the IKEA directions with the little guy? It's like, okay, now get your rubber hammer and get the screws together and fuck some weirdo.
It was pretty hot. He's a guy actually that I was after for a really long time before I even got into this whole like sugar model business. And he builds studios. He's like sweetheart. He's from Indiana. He's a cutie. And I mean like sometimes I nag him about having a child and stuff. Like he's a sweet dude and he treats me really well. And it was like weird because we were like assembling the bed together and shit, the frame, you know. It was a mid-century queen size bed frame, and
Why did you do that?
mid-century modern, just to give people a picture.
Okay, all right.
I had a fucking headboard, and the cats are destroying that right now.
Okay. I need a headboard. Anyway, continue.
So it was just really sweet because like it was. I felt like I was like, are we married? It was just hot, you know, like when you put together something with somebody and it's like you're building something. It's like kind of hot, you know. It's like you're doing something. It's not just like come over and blow me and let's fucking chill and watch Netflix. It's like I'm coming over to like build this thing for you, and it's like it. And then I looked over to him at one point and I was like putting, you know, we had forgotten to put the washers in. So we had to take out some of those screws and put the washers in. He was just like, it doesn't matter. I was like, no, I want to do it right. I was like, for the baby. And he said nothing. It wasn't even like, haha, that's funny. He just didn't say anything. And you know what it was to me? It was like the scary thing of like, maybe we could. It was the vibe I got of just like, I don't know, when I talk, because he says things to me. He's like, this is the guy that came to my show. I think you saw him. You met this guy. Like he was the one that dragged us to that weird fucking Russian bar around the corner that one night that we decided was too fucking weird to go into. Baltimore was there.
I remember doing that. I don't remember this.
You didn't
guy
meet him.
at
I don't
all.
think. I don't think you met him.
Oh, I didn't meet him,
well,
right?
because he didn't come out of that weird ass
okay.
bar.
Okay, yeah.
But I like him. You know, I tell him he's beautiful and he says he's not. And I always like that quality in a man, like the self-deprecating, like I don't know that I'm hot type of thing.
Right.
And I don't know. It was nice to get fucked. I feel like that was part of why I did really well tonight earlier before this. But it was like I haven't really fucked lately. And with my clients, like I don't really ever like to come on them, but like, you know, once a year. Because like it used to be exciting to come on top of my clients. But then like I started, it just, now it does kind of feel like work. Like even with this guy that I fucked like last night, it did kind of start to feel like every time I look at your face now, I'm like, is he doing like a vacant look that he's gonna fucking pan to in the fucking clip or some shit? But like, it's hard for me now. It's like gotten to the point, you know, I've been doing this for a couple of years where it's just like, fuck, I can really feel like getting into, I don't know. I used to feel like I could separate it, and it was like, all right, I fucked the models and the kids to balance out these type of guys, and it's really sweet with the models and the kids. And now it's just kind of like, now it's like it's kind of dark. Like I don't know if it's gonna come back. Like I get excited about like when I fuck somebody that like excites me and shit.
Okay.
Are we losing all of our fucking
No, we're
viewers?
not. We're not.
I just feel like it's getting to that point where I'm like literally becoming so dead inside. And that's like why I was really excited about that one model. Go ahead, fucking pan to yourself. But that's why I was really excited about this one model, because like, don't you feel this way too? It's like when you meet somebody that like excites you out of your own depression, it's just like, oh my God, somebody that makes me excited about taking a shower.
Taking a shower.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's hard to get excited to get ready to meet anybody, or like it's, and I think that was part of living in my car for 6 months too, that like took a toll that I'm slowly coming back from, slowly, but I'm coming back from it. But just, I don't know, you know, just getting older and shit, it's like, it's hard to get excited about anything. It's like, all right, you're going to come over and we're going to fuck me, great. Like, you know, it's hard.
Oh, yes. No, it definitely is. Yeah.
It's hard. So when I meet somebody that gets me like excited about something, I don't fucking know what I'm saying. I'm rambling.
So you're excited.
I'm not excited. I'm not excited.
Oh, wow. You just think you are. Or, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to, sometimes you want to be excited, so you do it. But yeah, you're probably going to be in a thing where, yeah, sex becomes work.
It is.
So that actually, like, the things that will turn you on is like, you know, filling out a census questionnaire with a guy or something. That's what's going to turn you on.
No, what turned me on was when he started talking about how what really turned me on the most about my night with him was when he builds studios, and he talked about he's got like a working team of men that help him, and he was talking about how if he orders lunch by Postmates, it's fully tax deductible, whereas if he goes out to lunch with them, that he can't, it's only half of it is tax deductible. I thought that was really hot. That's hot to me. That turned me on. But like, you know, when I'm fucking him, I'm just like, it was a point where like, I'm like, well, I can't call him daddy. I'm thinking I can't call him daddy because that's just, he doesn't like anything. That's going to remind him of the fact that, you know,
he doesn't have a
he might want to impregnate me.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. And then I thought, well, I can't do any sexy weird.
I hate that daddy shit, man.
I know
it
you
creeps
know.
me the fuck out.
I'm like, I can't do any sex talk with him because he's going to feel like it's like I'm trying to be a porn star. And then I thought, God, what would turn me on here? What would turn me on here? And you know, like my whole dealings with like Sambo, Sam?
Yes.
Sam Shikins?
Sure.
Take out Sambo. I should never say Sambo. Isn't that like a racist thing?
It is the thing that you probably shouldn't say, yes.
I said that about a white guy. I called him, I just want to say he's a white guy, but please take that out. Yes. Definitely take that out.
All right.
All right. I just want to be clear. No, you know, like when I fight with that guy, and he calls me like the worst things on the planet.
Right.
And tells me like I'm an old fucking ugly, fat, chunky, whatever bag of shit. There's a part of me that gets very turned on by that. And it must be that part of women, like there's some women that like to be humiliated, you know? And I think I'm at that point where, I mean, I met guys that like cry sex, but I'm at that point where like, I was almost thinking, fuck, you know, he's fucking me right now. I'm like, maybe this would be hot if he was just like, I had a feeling where I just wanted to be like, you know, call me a hooker, like call me a fucking, call me like a piece of trash. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a part of me that's just like, I feel like I'm at that point where like the only thing that really gets me off is if somebody like, you know, speaks to like all my insecurities about what I feel like is the reality of my situation.
Like a lot of people are into that.
Yeah.
You know?
It only took me fucking 10 minutes to get there, by the way.
Pretty common. You know, it's not that
not
that unusual.
Well, it is for the guys that I fuck. I mean, nobody really I mean, guys in my lifetime have always been like, the worst that they'll call me is like, oh, you dirty bitch. But they're not like, you little fucking hooker. Like, they're not like talking mean to me or whatever. But I'm like thinking, you know, Sam talks mean to me in email, but not really in person. Not when I'm sucking his dick. All he says is like, you're gonna be my little whore. You're gonna be my little whore, and you're gonna fucking suck my dick, and you're gonna swallow, and you're gonna thank me. But that's not.
You're gonna be my little whore. You're gonna suck my dick and thank me, girl.
But he's not mean.
Yeah.
I feel like I need somebody to be mean to me just to pull me into the moment and pull me out of my feeling of like, all right, what time is it? How long have we been fucking doing this for? Was that good for you?
You like verbal dom?
Well, I mean,
verbal dom.
I don't know. I don't know what I need nowadays. It's like even when I was fucking that other model, it was just like I was trying to pull him in. I was like checking off the days that I fucked him good in my head where like I'm like, how many of these do I have to do to fucking you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up.
What happened when you apologized to the porn star?
She wanted to see what I had apologized to her ex, and she wanted me to screenshot my apology to her ex and what her ex had written me back, which was something very nice. And she wanted me to email that to her and send it to her. She wrote me a whole thread, but then she finally blocked me. But it was just like, I don't care about your self-help, LOL. You don't get to love and light me. You don't da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, you know... And that was the morning she caught me. I've been meditating lately just because there's a lot of things in the air and I'm trying to like, you know, do my best. And here's another side note. People that have to meditate are not well adjusted. I realized that today. It's like, if you have to meditate, you need help. You probably do need pharmaceuticals if you need to meditate.
I don't think so. I think if you're actually able to meditate, you got one leg up on most fucking folks, you know?
I mean, you and I can meditate anytime. And like, it's not hard. You just
I can't fucking do it.
You could do it. All right, let's meditate right now. Close your eyes.
Fuck you. I'm just.
We just meditated for like fucking 3 seconds.
That's not it's not it.
We could do it.
All right, that's not it.
We
That's
could
just
do it.
you're just pretending to sleep. That's
No,
it.
you close your eyes, you focus on your third eye, and you just like let your mind fucking chatter, and then, you know, maybe you get lucky and you have like a fucking 3 millisecond non-chatter moment, but you know, it's just, you kind of just get in tune with yourself.
Nah,
Whatever.
you're wrong, because I've actually done the real meditation. I was only able to do it because I was at a crazy retreat where it was like there was nothing else I could be doing, and it was guided, and it's like you go into another place, you know?
You can meditate. I believe you can. I believe I could meditate.
I did. I was able to do it once, but I was at a special retreat where there was nothing else I could have been doing. I didn't have my phone. They took it away. You know, I was in nature. There was people guiding it, but it's like I've tried to do it since then. I've never been able to do it. I've never been able to get back there. I had a spirit guide in my mind. You know, it was like a thing. And you just sitting there fucking with your eyes closed, thinking about fucking, you know, pasta, chupacabra, chili face.
It's easy. All you have to do is focus on your third eye, and your mind's going to talk. I mean, everybody's mind's going to talk unless you're fucking enlightened. You're giving meditation way too much credit.
You're just thinking. You're just thinking with your eyes closed. That's not meditation.
That's
meditation.
Just
thinking with your fucking eyes closed.
If your eyes are focused on your third eye and your mind's saying shit, you're still meditating. That's what
saying. So okay, so you're focused on your third eye, and what you're thinking about fucking the House of Cards.
My point is
that what happens when you focus on your third eye?
My point is, when this porn star hit me up that morning, I'd been in the habit of meditating a few minutes, and by a few minutes I literally mean like 3 minutes, morning and night before I go to bed, because I just feel like I need fucking help right now.
Okay.
And I hadn't meditated that morning, and you know, she got under me. Like, I realized the most fucking rebellious fucking thing is when you tell somebody that you love them, like, and you're nice to them when they're a fucking dick. Like, there was this little girl in 7th grade that liked to stand on a bench and put her pussy in my face and tell me I was a lesbian, and I was like all meditating at that time. Or no, I was in high school, and
I hope you were both in 7th grade.
No, I was in high school. We were both in high school.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like she was in 7th grade and this happened last week.
No, she was like this short Persian girl with like really long hair, and she was just kind of a bitch, and like she would like in the locker room just like love to just try to torture me in front of all the other girls and shit. And she would be like, I'm a lesbian, and she'd like stand up like when I'd be meditating like on the track, like, you know, we'd run track and shit, and I'd meditate, and she'd be like, just, you know, I'd be sitting there meditating, and she would like be right here with her pussy and like be talking about me, whatever. And I'd like bring her a rose. Like I'd take a rose to her one day at like the next day, because I was like, it was like the ultimate.
Here's a rose.
Yeah, I was like trying to be all fucking like above it all and shit, and like ridiculous and like a fucking samurai.
Yeah.
And this morning, no, like this morning, this porn star, you know, after I tried
You were meditating in the locker room even back then?
I was meditating in high school. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah. Sorry.
yeah. Well, I mean, I was also very disappointed when I wasn't enlightened at age 23. And that was why I left. I was like, I've been doing this since I was in fucking high school, and I'm not fucking transcending this reality yet. Fuck this shit.
Right.
So anyway. Porn star, like, you know, she got under my skin. And then I was just like, you know what? I can see why your father was an alcoholic just from the few conversations that we've had. I said, no offense. I said, but you know, when I apologized to you, it was because it was so you'd go the fuck away. Like, you don't get it. And she was like, my marketing person looked at your followers and can tell that you bought your followers, by the way. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, you need a marketing person and your pussy's all over the internet. I was like, God, life is so depressing.
Yeah.
I was like, please don't. I was like, stop obsessing about me. Like,
yeah.
really?
Why did a marketing person waste time looking at your fucking
I don't know. It was really funny.
Yeah.
She just went into all these things. She was like bringing up her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend. I was like, nobody's talking about him. I was just like, listen, you know, and then she's like, because I wrote her my apology, it was very fucking condescending, but she didn't know I was being condescending. I wasn't trying to be condescending. I was just trying to like fucking talk to a fucking idiot. And I was just like, thank you for trying to showing me what class is. I was like, thank you for trying to be classy with me and showing me how to be classy. She writes back, she's like, you can't emulate class. I think I fucking screenshotted her dumb fucking message. She was like, oh my God, what did she fucking write me? She goes,
were you being ironic when you said this to her?
I was just trying to talk to a fucking, I say retard too much on this thing. Look at this. She goes, I find that amusing. You can't just learn to have class, LOL. What's with ladies fucking nowadays when they're like dissing people, they always want to write LOL. It's like we're the wicked witches that like fucking cast spells and they're like, like everybody wants to say mean shit and then LOL. It's like ridiculous. So you can't just learn class. You either have it or you don't. Class is born, my dear. This is from a porn star.
Okay. That's absurd.
Thank you for the compliment, and good for you to try to emulate class. You can most def send me a forwarded email of the threads between you both in regards. I mean,
send an email.
She wanted me to like send her the email of the apology that I wrote to her ex-boyfriend or whatever, which he also didn't deserve. None of these people deserved apologies.
No, you shouldn't do it.
No, but you know what it is? It's like there should be like categories of apologies. Mine were damage control apologies. These apologies shouldn't be taken seriously and just kind of noted and just be like, all right, maybe I won't try to fuck with that person if they have any success.
Okay.
I don't know.
But it's like damage control fucking who gives a fuck? You know?
Class.
Like, oh, this random idiot who doesn't matter. I better control the damage. You know, like who cares?
She thinks I'm desperate for her boyfriend.
A waste of time.
She thinks that's why I apologized. She's so fucking stupid.
I thought she doesn't date that guy. I thought they're just friends or something.
She wishes that she could date him, but she. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm not worried about him.
Yeah,
I'm not tripping about him.
Dijon Johnson, right?
I'm not trying to see him anymore.
Dijon Harry. So
I told her that I'm like I screenshotted all of what she said about class, and then I'm using it all for my stand up. She was like, "Have fun with your bad comedy." I'm just like, your whole like. I was like, babe, your nipples need to get in place. It's very easy. Just Google breast revision. I believe in you. Take some pride in your work. You know, your nipples are honestly distracting me even in the DMs. I'm having issues.
You're a breast revisionist.
I don't fucking know.
And that's what I've heard about you.
I can't fucking... It's hard to make friends with porn stars.
Right.
She's so dumb.
Yeah. Well, they don't make a good living anymore. Used to be able to make a good living in porn, but because of, Pornhub and such, you can't anymore.
It's sad.
I have a friend of mine that's a porn star, and it's like, should be like, you used to actually make good money. Now it's like, if you really fucking work hard, you can maybe make like 40 grand a year.
She escorts
And
too. She
most
makes
of the-
more of her money doing that.
Most of the money you make is from like private videos and cam girl shit.
A porn star talking about class, it's like, babe. Let the hookers talk about class.
Right.
Know your place.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Know your place, she says.
Let the hookers talk about class. It's really that.
All sorts of racial epithets. So, Tulpa, right? Okay. So the original, it comes from a Tibetan Buddhist idea, and this is a book called Magic and Mystery in Tibet. It's by this lady, Alexandra David Neal, who was the first European woman to go to Tibet and become a lama, a full-on lama.
No.
What? Yeah. Not. Yes. What do you mean no?
What's a llama?
It's just like it's like a monk that's attained a certain level of doing shit.
Okay, I thought you meant she turned into a sheep.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you literally kidding me?
I thought that's what you said.
Are you serious?
That's why I said no.
Okay.
Llama Dama Ding Dong.
That's llama with 2 L's. All right? This is llama with 1 L.
I was supposed to know.
As in the Dalai Lama.
I thought he was also a sheep.
Yes, he's a sheep. Yes. That's right.
The crowned sheep. That's what they told me in
It's
school.
Dolly Parton's llama. That's the Dalai Lama. Okay?
It's
Dolly Parton's alpaca.
It's the llama that you roll around like a dolly to carry other sheep in.
Mm-hmm. Wake up, sheeple. All right? So this is a thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna. She went to Tibet and did all the shit. She made herself a tulpa. Okay. I could hardly deny the possibility of visualizing and animating a tulpa. Besides having had few opportunities of seeing thought forms, my habitual incredulity led me to make experiments for myself. And they were attended with some success. So I shut myself in Psalms. I think that's like a yurt or a yurtle or a sambo kanja.
I think that means she surrounded herself with poems.
Mm-hmm. And proceeded to perform the prescribed concentration of thought and other rites. After a few months, the phantom monk was formed. His form grew gradually fixed and lifelike looking. He became a kind of guest, living in my apartment. I then broke my seclusion and started for a tour with my servants and tents. She's like a rich British lady, you know. The monk included himself in the party. Though I lived in the open, riding on horseback for miles each day, the illusion persisted. I saw the fat trappa, I think that means monk. Now and then, it was not necessary for me to think of him to make him appear. The phantom performed various actions of the kind that are natural to travelers and that I had not commanded. For instance, he walked, stopped, looked around him. The illusion was mostly visual, but sometimes I felt as if a robe was lightly rubbing against me, and once a hand seemed to touch my shoulder. You get what's happening here?
She's being fondled?
Yeah, kind of. But you understand, she made a monk. She made like a person, a fake person that, and like once she created him, he's just around. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have to think about him.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to meditate, for him to be there. He's already there. Mm-hmm. The features which I had imagined when building my phantom, gradually underwent a change. The fat, chubby-cheeked fellow grew leaner. His face assumed a vaguely mocking, sly, malignant look. He became more troublesome and bold. In brief, he escaped my control. So he started to become he was first fat and jolly and smiley, and then got thinner, and smile became more mocking and malevolent. Once a herdsman who brought me a present of butter saw the tulpa in my tent and took it for a live llama. Not a fucking animal, a monk, right?
Okay.
So other people could see this fucking thing too.
Crazy.
Okay. You're fucking up the audio with your jacket, you know? All right, it's fine. I ought to have let the phenomenon follow its course, but the presence of that unwanted companion began to prove trying to my nerves. It turned into a day nightmare. I don't know why she didn't just write daymare, but, hey. Moreover, I was beginning to plan my journey to Lhasa, and it needed a quiet brain devoid of other preoccupations, so I decided to dissolve the phantom. I succeeded, but only after 6 months of hard struggle. My mind creature was tenacious of life. There is nothing strange in the fact that I may have created my own hallucination. The interesting point is that in these cases of materialization, others see the thought forms that have been created. And she goes on about it a little.
How does she know that they saw it?
Because he said it. The guy said it. Oh, I see your fucking thing. I don't think she was guessing, A herdsman came to bring her a gift of butter. And he's like, hey, it's like you got a guy over here. Hey, with his thin, mocking face, mocking me.
Looks a little emaciated.
Yeah. So I think what that means, what's implied there, is that the natural state of these things, of these creatures, of these beings, of these thought forms, is something that is maybe malevolent, or maybe, at best capricious. In the same way that, the fairy folk are not malevolent, but they ain't nice. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
You seen the fairy folk?
I've never seen the fairy folk. I've always wanted to. People were on tour last year. I missed it.
What?
I don't know. But no, I have. Have you? Have you seen?
No.
A leprechaun or a brownie or a boggart or a fucking...
I don't believe in these things.
No?
No. I mean, I think you have to be on certain drugs to see them, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't believe in it either, but I put myself out there to try to... Because you never... Maybe I'll see it and then it'll change my entire life. Because if I did see it, then it'd be like, oh, shit is real.
Yeah, probably if you did a certain amount of LSD, you might see these creatures.
She just hunt it, I've done a lot of LSD in my day, but what's real and what ain't, even when you're fucking cuckoo bananas city. Shaboop, shabambo, shamingo, shamingo, the flamingo. He is flying into space in a Nazi rocket ship. Shamingo. And that's I think we got an episode.
I think we did.
Can.
Yeah.
I think we've been doing it for over an hour.
Yes.
We got some people watching.
Okay.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for watching.
Had some laughs and we killed some time with Shamingo.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Anybody left watching?
Oh, bitch ass did clappy emojis.
Aww.
And they liked pansexual feral man.
Hi, bitch ass.
Yeah, we had to change it from something about fucking trannies because
yeah,
I wasn't comfortable
Jesus Christ
putting that word into the full song.
166 fucking views.
Oh, on your Instagram video?
Yeah.
Tokyo Kuntpunch is Tokyo Kuntpunch with a K on Instagram.
Hey, you guys, if you have to step over a homeless person on your way to brunch, if a guy's taking you to brunch, ladies, and you have to step over a homeless person that you normally find on your corner because they're taking you to brunch at Winchell's, that does not count.
Yeah.
That does not count for brunch.
And, of course, the best way to support our show is to set homeless people on fire.
Is to send money.
Or email us.
is to send money to In Tibet, P.O. Box, Magic and Mystery.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And you'll get 3 CDs of your choice every month until you cancel, and then you'll get 4.
Japanese Okamoto condoms. Pretty fucking good. I almost came, guys. I almost came.
Chocobos. Final Fantasy VII combo.
All right. You want to come smoke a cigarette, walk me to my car?
Chaga. Yeah. 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 Yeah.